This is North and South America, and over here is Hawaii. So they had to sail all the way across the Atlantic Ocean, around the bottom of South America. Then they had to go all the way halfway across the Pacific to get there. You know how long that trip took on a boat?
84,000 years.
4 months. Imagine you start a trip today,
84 weeks.
February 20th, and you're not there until June 20th. It's a long time. And this is the year 1879. So there was no electricity yet. These are boats, sailboats, big sailboats where it takes a lot of manpower to hoist the sails, you know, the sort of things you've seen in movies probably.
Like the Titanic.
Well, no, the Titanic was a steamship. This is different. This is wind, a sailboat. So it took them 4 months to get there. Now, let me make the story a little shorter. The king and queen of Hawaii needed help. The people of Portugal and the Madeira Islands answered the call and they went sailing, right? So they were bringing help. You know what else they brought with them? On board were 3 instrument builders who were also master woodworkers. They could make cabinets and desks and houses, and they were amazing woodworkers. And those 3 fellas on board, they had with them a very small string instrument that the Portuguese called the braguina. They also called it the machete, or the cavaquinho, as it later became called in Brazil. So they brought with them this instrument. When they finally got to Hawaii, 4 months later, they were so happy to get there that they, and this is a real story, they pulled into Honolulu Harbor in Hawaii on January 20, I believe it's January 23rd, 1879, they know the date, and they came down off the gangplank of the ship, and they were so happy they made it. Yeah, we made it, we lived. I mean, it's scary being on the ocean for 4 months. They were very happy to just live. And they get off the boat, and they grab their instrument, and they're singing songs like, I don't know what song they sang, but it must have been happy, because they were so happy to be alive. They're probably doing a crazy dance. Songs of thanksgiving, right? Songs of thankfulness to the Almighty for sending them safely, right? Well, guess what? The people on the dock who were Hawaiians, they saw this music, they saw these people dancing and playing these little instruments, and they said, ukulele. They said the words ukulele, which means 2 things. It means the gift from afar, the gift from far away. It also means jumping fleas, because the fingers kind of look like fleas. Fleas jumping up and down the neck. So they named it the ukulele. About 3 days later, the king heard about this, because all these Portuguese people who came to be farmers and to help, they were singing all these songs every night in the town. They were singing songs, and the whole town felt so good. They felt happy like we felt when we were singing our pizza song. And the news of this got to the king and the queen, and they said, we must have this ukulele. So they got it. They got themselves a ukulele. They changed the instrument a little bit. You know, they changed the shape of it a little bit. They changed the tuning a little bit. And it became the Hawaiian ukulele. So actually the ukulele is not a Hawaiian instrument, it's actually a Latin instrument from Portugal. But it might as well be a Hawaiian instrument because it absorbed so much influence from Hawaii. By the way, the king and the queen were very happy kings and queens. They were musicians and singers and dancers as well. And their palace was full of music. The queen, whose name is Queen Leleokalani, it's a long name, can you say it?
Leleokalani?
Yeah, Leleokalani. She wrote over 300 songs. She was a very prolific songwriter. And she wrote a very famous song you might know. It goes like this. I'll just play the chorus of it. together. It's a song that means farewell. Aloha, aloha, farewell until we meet again. One more time. Aloha, farewell until we meet again. A brief story of the ukulele. That's part one.